Rob Green with Active Recovery and Performance. I'm here with Malcolm. In today's tip, we're going to teach you about posture and how it plays a role during your run. So first, let's understand what good neutral posture is. We went through a video before, please refer back to it if you need more in depth, how to create posture resets and how to lightly tone neutral posture. So Malcolm's going to show you our postural reset very quickly. We're going to squeeze our glute. We're going to tighten our transverse abdominis. We're going to drop our shoulders down away from the ears and then a chin tuck. We're going to hold that for a 5 count. Let it relax. Now, we don't want to run rigid like that. That's a reset. So now we're going to get in runner position and we're going to lightly tone those muscles. So is this more of this light, relaxed tone where we lightly tone the glute, lightly tone the abs, relax the shoulders down away from the ears, light chin tuck. And you'll see that alignment is now ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, ears. He's in neutral alignment. Now that changes a little bit when we run because we lean forward at the ankles, so our alignment shifts slightly forward. It's not uncommon that when we start to run, we lean forward like this at the ankles, and then we counterbalance it by subtly going into extension. It's not very big. Notice how small of a movement that was. Let's go neutral. Let's go extension. Let's do that one more time. Let's go neutral. Let's go extension. Very subtle. But when we sit back like this, we cause a lot of compression in our low back. We block our glutes and our core from actually doing the job they're designed to do. We're inefficient. Our impact goes up. Lots of bad things happen. So we want to be able to cue neutral posture. Now practice both. In an effort to know where neutral is, you need to know where neutral's not. So we're in extension, bad. We're in forward lean, neutral posture. Leaning forward at the ankles, good. Notice how when he's in that position, he's in alignment. We're going to come backwards. He comes back behind that stick. So let's practice the opposite as well. Let's come back neutral, and let's make sure that you're not leaning forward at the waist. That's not good forward lean. That's happening at the hip flexors. Our triathletes oftentimes come off a bike with tight hip flexors, and this is how they start the run because they don't realize that those hip flexors have been shortened for a period of time. So when we come off the bike, we want to make sure that we come up tall, we push our hips forward, and we lean forward at the ankles. So be able to differentiate those two. Play around with it. Feel the extension and feel overflexion bending at the waist, and then let's come back to neutral. So as we lean forward at the ankles, it should feel like somebody's pulling a string from your sternum towards your destination. It should feel like this control fall forward. You can now use your core, your posterior chain. You are much more foundationally stable. Your gait is much more efficient. So when we do our very in-depth gait analysis here in clinic, we always start with posture. It is important to be in the right position to make sure that your body works the way it's designed. There's a drill that we also add into this to help achieve this very, very quickly, as well as create some stretching to our quads and hip flexors that tend to be overly dominant. It's a butt kick drill. And in the butt kick drill, we're going to bring our heel up towards our butt and we're going to kick it up. Now, really important that when we do this, when we kick the heel up, that the knee stays in extension. It stays behind the hip. We want the butt kick to come up, but the knee to stay backwards, that toe-off position. You'll feel a very nice, light, eccentric stretch to the front of your thigh. Feels really, really good. Now, we don't want to do the butt kick so the knee is coming up into flexion because that is drawing forward. We actually want to stretch that out. It'll help us create a forward lean as we do it. So Malcolm will demonstrate that for us. In his left leg, let's do 5 butt kicks. Good. And see how his knee's staying behind his hip? Let's do it on the other side. Good. Now let's do them both together. This is a really good exercise to do just before you run. Look what happened to his posture. It automatically put him forward. He's in a good forward lean. He's stretched out his quads and his hip flexors. He's activated his glutes and his hamstrings. And he's put himself into the position that we want him to run into. So let's come back to neutral. Now he's ready to start his run. If you're running and you're going a little bit longer, you want to work this in, add a few butt kicks into your run itself. You'll notice that it puts you back into forward lean, that it stretches out your quads and your hip flexors, and it just feels really, really good. We want you to feel like you've got that forward momentum, that you're not braking or running behind yourself. Really key times to pay attention to this is when you get tired. And oftentimes that happens when you're running hard or when you're running long. When your body starts to get tired, it oftentimes will start to sit behind itself. And it's just a way to decrease the energy use, right? You lose some of your energy, but you also, you gain some energy back, but you also lose your efficiency. So when we start to bail out, we also know how to consciously cue it and bring ourselves back into a neutral position. So that's posture during the run. Today's a beautiful day. If this video finds you on a great day that you can go out for a run, start working on that today. You'll see a lot of really cool improvements that happen and a lot of body awareness that helps put you back into a neutral position. So on behalf of our team here, please go out, have a good time, and try posture cueing during your next run.